how did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figured most journalists would not disclose their sources.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. My favorite villain? I kind of like Diddy.
There are no misconceptions about it.
A true leader never holds others back from achieving success. Instead, he inspires, supports, and helps everyone around him rise together.
Jay-Z's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know, he's like, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy going on. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those...
Reports circulating online claim that Beyoncé is preparing to distance herself from the growing controversy after 50 Cent announced plans for a second documentary exploring the people connected to Sean Diddy Combs. Much of the discussion has centered on long-standing public associations between Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyoncé, with internet speculation suggesting their names could become part of the broader conversation. However, many of those claims remain unverified and should be treated as speculation rather than established fact. As public interest continues to grow, new rumors have emerged about what the documentary may reveal and how those close to the controversy could respond. Some online commentators have questioned whether Beyoncé might choose to step back from the spotlight or whether any future developments could affect her relationship with Jay-Z at this stage. However, there is no confirmed evidence that she plans to leave either her marriage or the entertainment industry. Those claims remain part of ongoing online speculation rather than verified reporting.
I got the checks. I didn't get the trophies. Like, Jay got all trophies, man. That's because he signed that contract.
What contract?
One with Beyonce. If you don't sign, you don't give him a trophy, she ain't coming.
Oh, the Beyonce done ran down on you once, Fifth. Come on.
No, she did worse. She jumped off the thing, off the ledge. I was like, I didn't really know what to do. That's the Jay. If he says to Jay in his face, he'll look at you and go, nah, that happened.
So Beyonce jumped down on you.
He jumped down. Oh, she was like on a windowsill.
Right.
We was in Vegas. She said, come on, I'm talking to her. She jumped down. She was like, and I'm like, wait, what is she doing? That stuff, that's me and Jay-Z stuff. This ain't got nothing to do with you, girl. Don't come on.
So Hov wasn't there?
I'm talking to Jay. As soon as I talked to Jay, she jumped down, came over. I said, oh, look at this.
They about to jump you.
You lucky Solange wasn't there.
Yeah, you lucky Solange wasn't there.
Solange was there, I would have had the reboot. Huh? What?
So what did B say, or she was just staring at you?
Nah, she came like she was ready. Like I thought something was going to happen. And I'm like, yo, whoa. She's throwing me off now. Because I don't know exactly how to respond to this. You are still Beyonce. Uh-oh. I'm sitting on this stuff going, she going, what is this guy saying? I'm like, wait, what happened? I look at Jay, he goes.
According to online speculation, Jay-Z was aware that 50 Cent might eventually turn his attention toward him, but many rumors claim he did not expect the documentary to include such extensive material. Supporters of these theories have suggested that future episodes could examine the public relationships between Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs, although no verified evidence has confirmed the existence of any incriminating footage. 50 Cent has publicly stated that he has collected a large amount of material for his documentary project, leading to widespread speculation about what may or may not be included in future releases. However, claims that the footage directly implicates specific individuals remain unverified. Until any material is publicly released and independently verified, those reports should be treated as allegations and online speculation rather than established fact.
50 Cent coming out confirming that he does have more dirt on Diddy, that he didn't even get to put in the 4 episodes on the Netflix Diddy documentary. And since it's 50 Cent, it's so hard telling what in the world he all has, but he said this in reference to the video footage that he got of the man recording Diddy before Diddy went to jail. And on top of all of this, he said more people came forward to him with allegations that didn't even make it into this Netflix Diddy documentary. And he alluded that he is about to drop this all on YouTube. He sat down to explain some of this on the Sherry show yesterday, and she said, it shocked a lot of people to see this personal footage of Diddy. I know 50, the way you run. This cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that has not been shown? He said, yeah, well, there's some stuff that couldn't make it in because there was only 4 episodes in the Netflix Diddy documentary. And then Sherry asked 50 Cent, does this mean that there's going to be a part 2 of the Netflix Diddy documentary? And he said that he's just going to put it on YouTube. This was not the only time in this interview that this man said this. Like, he is sure on YouTube for whatever reason, and he was even laughing about it. And in my opinion, I feel like why he wants to put this on YouTube is because Netflix probably wouldn't let him put in certain things because of liability. I think this is one of the main reasons why some of the things weren't talked about in the Diddy documentary. But like I said, also, he is cut down to a certain amount of time. Netflix gave him 4 episodes, so he has to put everything in those 4 episodes. And she asked him, out of all of the people that were coming forward, have there been any new tips that you have gotten since it's been released? He said, well, yeah, everyone starts to feel a little more comfortable when they see other people.
50 Cent and Jay-Z have had a well-known public rivalry for many years, with both artists exchanging criticism through interviews, music, and public appearances. Over time, online speculation has suggested that each tried to outmaneuver the other professionally, but many of those claims remain unverified. Despite the rivalry, 50 Cent has continued to build his career across music, television, and business, keeping the competition in the public eye. With renewed attention surrounding 50 Cent's documentary project, some online commentators believe the long-running feud could once again become part of the conversation, potentially drawing renewed scrutiny toward people closely associated with Jay-Z, including Beyoncé. At the same time, supporters of both artists often contrast their leadership styles and influence within the industry. These differing opinions remain matters of public debate rather than established fact, reflecting the perspectives of fans and commentators rather than verified conclusions.
Jay-Z's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know, he's like it, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy going on. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the guys. You know what I'm saying? The guys with the most money and the most influence. So with Jay is like, when the last time you haven't seen Jay. So I think people are just going to say that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I mean, Jay, you know, you got to remember, he didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl. That was crazy. I'm like,
wait, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl?
Know that? Yeah, he didn't want.
I remember Eminem pushed for it.
That was some haters. Yeah,
I remember Eminem was like, I'm not going to do it unless 50 does it. I heard that.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that Jay was trying to stop it.
I don't think Jay. I don't know. 50 never told me that, but I don't think Jay wanted him there. I don't know.
Because of what, some of the.
I mean, you know, it's competition. You got to think. 50 always been competition for Jay. Remember, I'm about $1. What the 50 Cent?
That was a long time ago.
That was what, 9? What was that? 9?
But after that, they did a song together. Remember the whole.
Of course, but 50 was always competition. Then remember, Jay said, yo, 50's coming. He told Siegel and them, and Memphis Bleak and all them.
Yeah.
And come on, 50's like, he's on a whole nother level. You got to remember, he came after Jay and Rockefeller. G-Unit came, and people might on G-Unit, but with Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, nobody has outsold us, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody has had the effect that we.
According to rumors and online speculation, Jay-Z's name has been mentioned in discussions surrounding Sean Diddy Combs' private parties. Various claims circulating on social media have also alleged that his marriage to Beyoncé was affected by those events and that both artists were aware of aspects of Diddy's social circle. However, none of these allegations have been substantiated by credible evidence, and both Jay-Z and Beyoncé have denied or rejected various rumors made about them over the years. The documentary presents these topics as part of the broader online conversation rather than as established facts. It notes that some critics have questioned whether other influential figures should have spoken out sooner, while others argue there is no verified evidence linking Jay-Z or Beyoncé to any alleged misconduct. As a result, these claims remain matters of public speculation, not proven fact, and should be viewed with appropriate caution.
They're not here to defend themselves. Do you think the Carters will speak about any of this? About
Beyonce
what's going on?
is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say something?
I mean, probably not, considering she's going to be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many people does he have to be aware of before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me. I'm trying to move beyond Diddy. I'm love now.
What kind of love? Baby oil love? Baby love. Explicit love. Hey.
The documentary also addresses one of the most controversial topics discussed online, focusing on long-standing rumors about the early relationship between Jay-Z and Beyoncé. It notes that these claims have circulated for years and have been the subject of debate across social media and entertainment commentary. However, the documentary does not present those allegations as established fact, and they remain unproven. More broadly, the film uses those public discussions to explore larger questions about power, influence, age differences, and professional relationships within the entertainment industry. Rather than drawing conclusions about any individual's conduct, it examines how public speculation can shape conversations about accountability, consent, and the responsibilities of influential figures. Ultimately, these issues remain matters of public debate, not verified findings.
People in the industry, been around for a long time, was there when he first started dating Beyoncé at 17, 18, and he was 30-something. You didn't know his age. When I look back and see how old Jay-Z was, I think Jay-Z was born in like 69 or 67. Something like a 67 right there. 69. I think he was born in 69. Beyonce, they said she was born in 81. You understand? But back then, in 81, when we was in the club together, 98, 99, she wasn't even supposed to be in the club, but she was in the club. It was Club Eugene's. And Jay was dating her. And at that time, if you look at Jay's age, he was about 30 years old. So, isn't she still somewhat a child? To me, she is. But I guess they protect child. That's how you protect a child. You know, dating her at the age of 30-some years old, and she's 17, 18 years old. If that's her true age. We really don't know her true age because Gabrielle Union said she went to junior high school with her, and Gabrielle Union is considered 6-7 years older than Beyonce age that she getting. So
to illustrate the seriousness of the online speculation, the documentary references rumors that have circulated for years involving Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Rihanna. It emphasizes that these claims have spread widely across social media and entertainment commentary, but remain unverified and should not be treated as established fact. The film presents them as examples of the broader public debate rather than confirmed events. According to those online narratives, some commentators believe that if additional evidence or testimony were ever to emerge, public scrutiny could expand beyond the current focus and include other prominent figures connected to the industry. Whether that ultimately happens remains uncertain, and the documentary leaves those questions unresolved, presenting them as part of an ongoing conversation rather than as proven conclusions.
Been warning us about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's very... she's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry.
Well,
what I will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows.
Gene Deal has publicly shared his own opinions about the differences between Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z, arguing that both understood the importance of power, influence, and relationships within the music industry long before those topics became part of wider public discussion. According to Deal, the biggest difference between them was not ambition, but the way they chose to operate. These are Deal's personal views and should not be interpreted as established fact. In Deal's opinion, Diddy maintained a highly visible public image, while Jay-Z built his career with a more private and business-focused approach. He described Jay-Z as someone who expanded his influence through corporate partnerships, executive relationships, and business ventures rather than public attention. The documentary presents these comments as Deal's perspective, leaving viewers to draw their own conclusions rather than treating them as verified findings.
Kind of funny to me, man, is that Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s.
Did Diddy always say negative things about Jay around you?
The time he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay, yeah, he was. They worked it out.
Was there a reason behind it?
I couldn't tell you the reason behind it. It's probably because Big had died. I don't know what it was, man. I don't know why he wanted Ja Rule to go at Jay. I guess if he kept them beefing or kept them into some bullshit, he could rise up in between both of them. You know what I mean? It definitely was some.
Gene Deal also shared his opinion that Jay-Z has generally been more selective about his public appearances and professional associations. According to Deal, this approach reflected a deliberate effort to manage visibility and maintain control over his public image. These comments represent Deal's personal perspective and have not been independently verified. In his view, Sean Diddy Combs built much of his influence by maintaining a highly visible presence and cultivating a wide network of industry relationships. By contrast, Deal described Jay-Z as someone who expanded his influence through a more measured approach, limiting access, carefully managing his circle, and maintaining greater privacy. The documentary presents these observations as one interpretation of how two influential figures navigated the entertainment industry.
Because I know you heard the statement that, Jay lawyer came out with about how he wasn't really friends with Diddy. From your point of view, was they really friends or no?
How close was Diddy and Jay-Z? They was close enough that they wasn't playing basketball, they wasn't playing baseball, they wasn't playing football, and they wasn't playing hockey or soccer for Diddy to come on stage, pat him on his ass, and then make the statement to people in the world that can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z. Now, I don't know what kind of statement, and I can't say, I wish I could say half a homo, but I know I can't say it, but I don't know what kind of half a homo that is, and you trying to say that you're not close to somebody. You coming on stage, patting them on their ass, and then you making a broad statement to the public, can't nobody call me Sean but Sean Carter. And I heard Jay-Z said the same thing about them. But they were so close that they had matching white girls together. Because when they used to see each other, they used to say, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? He'd be like, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? So I guess that's a certain type of closeness.
According to the documentary's narrative, one decision that has drawn increasing public attention is Jay-Z's past association with Sean Diddy Combs. It suggests that, as scrutiny surrounding Diddy has intensified, those earlier connections have also become the subject of renewed discussion and speculation. Whether those associations ultimately have any lasting impact remains uncertain, but the documentary argues that they have become part of the broader public conversation.
Lawsuit coming with Jay. The part with Jay. I go, oh, shoot, like.
That's right. To us, black excellence.
That had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's a billionaire brunch.
Oh,
like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you this year. Yeah. Come on, bro. Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. Mm-hmm. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies, those fucking trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
Wow. You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he's been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. At the same time, he got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him. Things the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh.
According to the documentary's narrative, some online commentators now argue that maintaining close ties with Sean Diddy, Combs became a decision that brought renewed public scrutiny to others connected with him, including Jay-Z and Beyoncé. The film also references reports that individuals involved in Diddy's legal and professional circles have found themselves drawn into the broader public controversy. These accounts remain the subject of ongoing reporting and should not be interpreted as established fact. The documentary further explores the criticism directed at Diddy by some of his detractors, who argue that people around him have often faced significant public attention as controversies unfolded. It presents these views as opinions expressed by critics rather than verified conclusions, leaving audiences to distinguish between documented facts, allegations, and public speculation as the legal process continues.
Diddy really screwed over Mark Agnifilo. I gotta say, this is awful that Diddy owes his life to Mark Agnifilo, literally his life, because he could have gotten life in prison were it not for Mark Agnifilo, his defense lawyer, who had a brilliant strategy. And Diddy screwed him over when he hired this videographer to chronicle his life without telling Mark Agnifilo that when Diddy and Mark were on the phone, this videographer was recording what Mark clearly expected to be an attorney-client privileged relationship. Now, it is true that the client holds that privilege, the lawyer doesn't, but Mark's clear expectation was that this was a private conversation. These were private conversations, and that he and Diddy could talk openly, and Mark could talk to Diddy not just as a client, but as a person, and tried to guide him in a time leading up to his arrest. And unbeknownst to Mark Agnifilo, Diddy has got this guy recording the conversation as he's sitting there saying, "You are screwing this up. You are messing up this case. We're losing." And knowing that that's on tape. And it's almost like he's performing for the camera and not telling Mark what's going on.
According to online reports and ongoing speculation, Jay-Z is said to be considering legal options in response to claims surrounding the documentary. Some commentators have alleged that efforts have been made to challenge the project's release, while others have questioned how the documentary's footage was obtained. None of these claims have been confirmed by a court, and they remain the subject of public debate rather than established fact. The documentary also references competing accounts regarding the footage itself. One version of the story circulating online claims the material was acquired through lawful channels after a dispute involving individuals who had worked on the project. However, these accounts have not been independently verified, and there is no public evidence confirming the circumstances under which any footage changed hands. As a result, the documentary presents these claims as part of the broader controversy rather than as proven facts.
Getting it as your boss. Yo, man, how 50 get? Blah, blah, blah. Yo, Puff, take this self doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. All right? Whether it's NDAs, whether it's whatever. When these young boys come in, first of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity. So they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get there. Yo, this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point.
Online speculation has fueled rumors that Beyoncé and Jay-Z's marriage could face renewed public scrutiny if the documentary is released. Some commentators have suggested that the increased attention surrounding Jay-Z and the ongoing controversy may place additional pressure on their public image. However, there is no verified evidence that the couple is planning to divorce, and such claims remain speculative. The documentary also notes that Beyoncé has spent years building one of the entertainment industry's strongest public brands. Following Jay-Z's previously acknowledged infidelity, the couple publicly chose to work through their relationship and move forward together. Even so, some entertainment commentators have argued that the current wave of speculation presents a different kind of challenge. These opinions remain unverified, and whether the controversy will have any impact on their personal lives is unknown.
And Jay-Z have a toxic relationship. He preyed on her when she was just 18 years old. Fans accuse him of grooming her and then later on controlling her every move. At the same time, it's been revealed that he's a cheater and he cannot be trusted.
According to online commentary and remarks attributed to Dame Dash, Jay-Z is facing a level of public scrutiny that some observers believe is greater than at any other point in his career. For decades, he was widely viewed as one of hip-hop's most influential and respected figures, with a reputation that appeared largely untouched by major public controversies. These observations reflect the opinions of commentators and are not established facts. The documentary suggests that the current wave of public discussion has changed the conversation surrounding Jay-Z, bringing renewed attention to past associations and long-standing public debates. Whether that increased scrutiny will have any lasting impact remains uncertain, but the film presents it as a significant shift in public perception rather than a conclusion about his conduct.
It's just odd to see him in that, getting looked at in that way by white people. Like Jay does, yeah, like I hope that shit didn't happen, but I'm like, damn, they turned the world real. Like people on a certain level have been fucking with him a certain way where he couldn't do no wrong for like 25 years straight. This is the first time he's not getting a pass with white media. Like he can control black media because a lot of them either work or do business with him. But like, drink champs can't get him out of this one, and neither can Charlemagne, because those are the guys that hold him down no matter what he do anyway. So he got to get to People Magazine and Entertainment Tonight right now because they on his head. But the question is why? Like why now? Because for me, I'd be like, yo, that's so ridiculous. Yo, take that to trial. You're not gonna win. Let's get a deposition or something. So I don't know why they get on his head so much. Pause. But I never seen him, under this. I never seen him in this position to have to explain himself. Pause.
How you feel about the statement he came out with?
I mean, I didn't hear him say anything. I heard a piece of, like I said, I'm doing an interview, so I talk. I thought it was long. For a statement, I thought it was long, pause. But, I think right now, his silence is the worst thing for him. If he is innocent, he needs to let people ask him questions, and he needs to be able to say his side of the story, as opposed to letting that lawyer talk. Because that lawyer, I don't trust that lawyer.
50 Cent recently shared an Instagram video discussing the next installment of the documentary series he says is currently in development. According to his public comments, the upcoming project is expected to place greater focus on Jay-Z and examine his role within the broader narrative. Those remarks have fueled widespread online discussion, although the documentary's final content has not been officially confirmed. At the same time, internet speculation has centered on how the renewed attention could affect Beyoncé. Some commentators have suggested that maintaining a low profile may no longer be the preferred strategy if continued public scrutiny begins to affect her carefully established legacy. However, there is no verified evidence that she plans to leave Jay-Z or make any major personal decision. Those claims remain speculative, and any future developments will depend on confirmed information rather than online rumors.
came across in that secret little Diddy footage that he paid from the videographer that Diddy didn't pay, they are saying 50 has footage that will not only add more time to Diddy's sentence, but Diddy might not ever come out. Listen up, check this out. Now y'all know that footage that where Diddy is behind the scenes talking to his lawyer and all of this stuff, and people are like, damn, what was Diddy recording it? Well, Diddy was recording it because he thought he was about to beat the case. So he wanted to do a Netflix documentary. Didn't pay the guy, and then 50 got all 140 hours of footage of secret Diddy tactics. Well, there's a guy named Neil who was mentioned in the court, works right up under Diddy, was organizing everything. Allegedly, they are saying that he is on video, film, tampering with witnesses, giving out addresses, offering money, bribing, we'll pay for your lawyers, all kind of shit that could be counted as witness tampering, obstruction of justice. And 50, of all people, has his hands on this footage. And I'm hearing that this could implicate Diddy's lawyers in some bullshit. They could be charged. This is getting wild. And I'm hearing that this 50 Cent documentary is just the tip of the iceberg. And
crazy as this man in this video footage of 50 Cent's post starts talking about a specific name, a man named Neil. And this man goes on talking about how he heard that 50 Cent has this extra footage, but it's footage that could possibly lead to Diddy getting more charges, like witness tampering, obstruction of justice, and more. And what's crazy about the name Neil that he brings up in this is the fact that the other day, Diddy's former chef Jordan, who is somebody that was a witness during this trial, who was about to testify against Diddy before the prosecution took back some of their witnesses who were testifying, literally claimed that Neil Dominique, a former assistant of Diddy, is the one that told Diddy that she was subpoenaed to the grand jury at the very start of all of this. She wrote this whole big post to Neil Dominique and tagged him in it and said, I just want to put this out there because I've been debating how I wanted to handle the situation. Now, I don't know you from a can of paint, but I'm really wondering why you decided to tell Sean Combs that I was contacted by the feds. I saw that you wrote him a good character letter too. Come to find out, you were actually providing Puff with information on a whole bunch of people throughout the case. So my thing is, why were you so comfortable putting me in danger? Why were you so comfortable putting other people in danger? You provided addresses to him. Were you like a double agent working for the feds and Puff? This is actually crazy because she alleged that Neil Dominique was approached by the feds as well in this investigation into Diddy because he was a former assistant.
Gene Deal said one of the most surprising developments in his view was the public reaction to 50 Cent's documentary project. According to Deal, much of the criticism began shifting toward 50 Cent himself, with some people questioning his motives for producing the series rather than focusing on the allegations and the ongoing legal proceedings involving Sean Diddy Combs. These comments reflect Deal's personal opinion. The documentary uses this reaction to explore a broader question about public controversies. Why do discussions sometimes shift from the allegations themselves to the people who bring them into the spotlight? Rather than offering a definitive answer, it encourages viewers to consider how public opinion, media attention, and personal loyalties can influence the way major stories are debated.
He did, man. Yeah, he got everybody going, man. That, he's getting a lot of backlash, man. Like, people are like mad at 50 for getting behind this thing.
Well, see, the thing about it is that people are out there rabbit-ass mind. And they gonna sit up here and they gonna say some stuff like, they try to make it up like, it's because of a girl, it's because of a woman. A man that can have any woman in the damn world, you understand, go any parts of the world, find beautiful women all over the world, that's willing to do whatever he wants to. I'ma be mad because this dude got this one? Nah, it's bigger and it's more than that. They don't wanna say it. A lot of these cats out here don't wanna tell the truth behind
50 Cent has publicly suggested that his documentary project is intended to go beyond his long-running rivalry with Sean Diddy Combs. He has stated that the series is meant to examine broader events and public allegations rather than simply revisit a personal feud. Those comments have shaped how many viewers interpret the purpose of the project. 50 Cent has also said that he has been in contact with members of Diddy's family during the development of the documentary, a point that has sparked further discussion online. While the extent of any collaboration has not been independently verified, supporters argue that it reflects an effort to present a broader account rather than focus solely on personal conflict. Ultimately, the documentary is presented as an attempt to document a complex story from 50 Cent's perspective, leaving audiences to evaluate the claims and evidence for themselves.
Footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put the stuff in my fanny pack, King?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me. I'm going to get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said. Let's just here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
The footage is part of a new, highly anticipated docuseries by director Alex Stapleton and rapper and executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, titled Sean Combs: The Reckoning.
Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching?
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account and how he was coming off to.
The question many online commentators continue to ask is whether Beyoncé will remain by Jay-Z's side if public scrutiny surrounding him continues to grow, or whether she will choose to focus on protecting the legacy and career she has spent decades building. At this stage, there is no verified evidence that she plans to leave her marriage or make any major personal decision, and much of the discussion remains speculative. Another question that continues to fuel public curiosity is whether future installments of 50 Cent's documentary will introduce new information or focus on additional high-profile figures. Until any new material is released, those possibilities remain unconfirmed. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for future updates as this developing story continues to unfold.